EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. Off the corner, where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a first carry for Devonte Bernard. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 6 there on first. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
368! Check three! Over here!
Dalton gives to Bernard. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Flushed out right. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield to try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard, 28 yards. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0.
The Bengals is lined up for the kickoff. Number 14, back to return.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position.
I got wide. 368.
They go play action here on first down. Open man is Uzama. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals add on to their lead. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball out of the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Richmond. Check four. Richmond. 2 jet.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Target. Hey, down. Green the line. Check 26. Safe. Richmond. No.
Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
Hey, 2 jet.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
2 jet.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Watch tight end. Tight right. 368.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Touchdown, baby. Let's go.
The Bengals will be kicking
back out now to kick the some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
And what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here. But you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Number 16, with the reception, first down. We would like to remind you that banners and signs that are deemed inappropriate or obstruct the view of other guests will be removed.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Tight end right.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Mike 50.
Come back. Come back.
On first and 10, Watson.
I'm after you.
Room to run past midfield. Throw left side complete to QT. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Richmond.
Watch 55. Okay, double up.
Watson on first down.
Motion.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Eluding the pressure right. Going deep this time for Miller. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, first and 10 at their own 15. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? He drops it off for Bernard. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. It's a gain of 7, and it's a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down, Dalton. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
Your sock. Hey, take your socks out. Back the huddle. Socks up.
Lady.
Right here, 41 Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
On second down, here's Miller. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And the grab by Croft. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
Lady!
Switch it.
Now a toss play to Bernard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Here you go, 368. Here you go, on the...
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And that's complete to Croft. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. Andy Dalton now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Dalton now to pass. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Andy Dalton now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. On the toss, Bernard. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Well, I've never seen this one. It's 2nd down, and the punt team is out there. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Tight, guys, double tight. Odd. 3 down.
Now Bernard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Dalton. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back in pass rush. They've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Houston, and even 40 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Watson now to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Dalton sets up play action, escaping the pressure right. Caught Eifert over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Green 18! Ice. 368!
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Going deep for Eifert. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up. That's caught inside the 20. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 58 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thomas, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Dalton here from the gun. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Two jet. Tiger.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Tiger.
Throwing on third down, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Flushed it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. J.J. Watt in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
We got 3.
Here you go, 368.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Forced out to his left. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, 43 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. Fairbairn now to kick this one away.
Number 12, the deep return man.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Flush to his right, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Hey, we got 3 down. Mike, 41.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Let's go heavy.
Brings it just past the 15, able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play. Call it a pickup of 7 on the ground. That trims it to a 3rd and 15 situation.
Heavy. Shift. Watch the shift.
Over here.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
All day.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Hey, Black 22! Black 22!
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Come back!
On 2nd and 10, Watson escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Well, it was 2nd and long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right.
Gonna need something special here on a shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 43 yards. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Solo out there. Check the outs out there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, and it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Here you go, three.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Dalton to his big target, Eifert for the Cincinnati first. Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw here, Dalton buying time to his left.
Here they come.
Back now in Houston.
It's game day giveaway time once again, sports fans. Our winner is sitting in Section 3, row 37, seat 10. You're the winner of a year's supply of car washes. Please bring your ticket to the souvenir shop on the lower level after the game to claim your
Here you go,
vote.
can. Let's go. Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Here you go, can. Hey. Scoot. 2 by 2. Move. Heavy.
It's just me and you. It's just
Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. Flushed out right. And Eifert has it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that cat?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Able to slither by. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, the objective there, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Strong right. 368.
Dalton throwing on second down. To the left side here for Eifert. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Overload.
Here you go, 3.
Play action here with Dalton. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown.
Blitz.
Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bullock out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, it got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big-time play there for the Texans. 43 yards.
Richmond.
Watson on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air, Watson on second down. Being chased out left. And his throw is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Here's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. William Jackson with a pick, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the gun, Dalton. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Andy Dalton sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
368!
Not running. Dalton wants to throw. Wide open receiver complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They go play action here on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here.